or buy a new system, there are two major areas to consider when you buy a system. Number one, when you acquire an information system to be implemented, one is off the shelf, a major. That means you will buy it nga nahumana. Second is you will develop it on your own. When you develop it, you can also outsource it or you can internally implement it. If nagpalit po ka, you can use as is or you can customize it later. So there are ways to acquire information system to be implemented in the organization. Our next would be information system life cycle. We are looking now at the adoption stage to the retirement of the software. Many of our systems would start from adoption. That means we start using it and convincing, training people to start using a new system. And in fact, we need change management to move from the old to the new system. The information systems life cycle is looking at from the start towards the end of the software. We are not as of now, common that we start with adoption and the regular operation of using that information system. It's not always obvious for us for a retirement, meaning when we change or switch to another system or when we stop using a system. So the information life cycle is looking into the entire process of information system, not only for a specific system, but for the entire system to be implemented in the organization. If you are connected to health information system of the Philippines, this is one of the information systems that I observed, which has a lot of updates, a lot of adoption stage and change in operation in terms of in terms of updating or using a system, although it's almost similar raman ng buhaton, but changes from time to time happens. And the viewing it as part of a life cycle of a software will make us understand the different phases and how to manage each part of the life cycle. And we need to understand in particular how organization or individual behave for each introduction or how information system is being used and later kanang change or abandon or retired, provide a retirement in relation to process or changes in the org. So while discussing information system lifecycle, we tend to look at also the individual people involved in technology, because adoption, operation, and retirement is very connected or intertwined with the people using it. No? So sometimes the information system life cycle is always considered part of the peopleware, not necessarily software, but these are two information system components or elements that is very close to each other because along with procedures, because nakakuyog ni silang tulo pirmi, which is the side also where management information system is focusing on. No? The rest of the components would be not part of the management information, not necessarily not part, but not from the perspective of an MIS manager or from the management information system. If we recall, the different components, the hardware and networks are and including katong software systems or system software, we focus this on, we rely this on the IT professionals. But if we look at the people, procedures, and software part would be closely related with how a manager or MIS manager would manage organization, because normally it's a separate idea or concept when we say we are managing hardware or we are managing networks. no, lahi na siya nga behavior ang atong gitan-aw compared to the behavior of the human being using the software, the human being who is performing a process, and at the same time how we behave within the organization, interaction of the various people in the organization. Let's go back to this one, the change in employment later if na IS na, and this one. So let's go directly to the various IS phenomenon at a higher level. Ganina gitan-aw nato nga organization will start from the adoption. Once the system has been adopted by the organization, we move it to operation. And once it's already operation, there would be a time that the system will be updated, or towards the end, mag-retire na ang information system in the organization. When we say information systems retirement here, we are talking about the entire system, not weird lang ni siya, no? Kay kato atong ginatan-aw sa retirement ani. Retirement in relation to software, process, and people, not necessarily the retirement of the hardware side. We are not looking at those components of IS, but we are looking at kaning closely connected na idea on IS. Although when we talk IS, no, na 5 components, but kaning information systems life cycle diri kay it might not always include data and hardware component. Although closely connected sila since IS, but the perspective here is focused on the procedure, people, and the software associated with IS, or katong interface with human being. So let's start with systems adoption. What is important areas here is to understand what's the appropriate term for various phenomenon in the organization. So for example, when we say system adoption, this pertains to the adoption stage in the life cycle, but we are talking here about organization. When we say system adoption, we are talking about organization compared with systems acceptance, which is also pertains to adoption, but here we are talking about individual perspective of using that information system, or in general system. No? So in this systems adoption, for example, the pariha lang sila, diri lang kay the organization's decision to either adopt or reject a new IS for diffusion within a user community, compared to acceptance, the demonstrable willingness of an individual user to start using an information system for the task it is designed to support. So weird siya, no? In fact, a combination or a collection of individual systems acceptance, which will also pertain to the systems adoption. But when we talk about organization, we are not talking about systems acceptance or individual, because once an organization adopts an information system, there's no other way for the individual to reject it, no? Wala inana. So we will talk about kaning resistance of individual on the use once the organization decided to generally adopt an information system. So let's go back. Systems adoption term is used for organization. Systems acceptance is used for individual, but they are almost related in relation to decision making or willingness of using an IS, our system. A second area is implementation. So during a part kay the organization's effort directed towards diffusing appropriate IS within a user community. So during adoption, what our concern is a decision. Once we decided to implement the system, once we decided that we will use that particular system, the next concern of the organization is the implementation, how the different users will now use that IS. No, pero sa individual perspective, if it's not part of the organization normally, if dili siya part sa organization, it boils sometimes to the individual. For example, your decision of using a Facebook is ang tawag ana is whether you accept or reject, no? Kung use of Facebook ang term nga gamiton ana when you use it, either you accept, which is systems acceptance, or you reject on the use of IS, which is systems rejection. Na duha. But for example, if there is a system, for example sa IIT, there is an enrollment system where everyone will be required to use the system, we will not be talking about individual perspective on systems acceptance and systems rejection. Because most probably, if the company decides to use that system, there might be a strategy so that those IS would be accepted by the individual because under sila sa organization. This is now how we manage the system resistance. This is where sa IS phenomenon, we view this as adoption operation because although nag-decide na si company on the use of it, it might be there might be opposition on the use of system. So when you use the term system resistance, it pertains again to the individual. Although we are now talking about between new use of system and while during operation. Here, the individual users oppose the use of the information system or new IS nag-implement. As I've said, once naka-decide na ang company to use the system, you are now humana siya sa adoption stage, naana ka sa systems implementation. And during systems implementation, if you are encountering an opposition, ang tawag ato kay systems resistance. But if the system is not required by the organization and the individual deny the use of it, ang tawag nato ana kay system rejection. No? I hope na klaro ang difference ani niya kay maglibog ra ba akong ubang students ani. Kanang sa mo when to use the appropriate term for an IS or the adoption and use of information system. And we are talking about adoption stage pa rin. Ang second na phase kay operation, which we already started with system resistance. The idea of system resistance is that the organization decide to adopt the information systems but an individual doesn't want to use it. Ang tawag ana kay systems resistance. Tapos nanatay systems use, then continued system use. No, kaning puro ni sila operation, including systems infusion. These are very particular phenomenon within IS, which is sometimes not important to identify, but for the sake of the class, at least you can explain kung unsay pasabutan, no? Well, this is not too important because ano ra siya kanang pwede naman siya tawgon og lain ng mga term, but especially system use and continued use, so parehas ra sila. So sa system use, the individual users employment of one or more feature of a system to perform a work task, while continued system use is the individual users conscious or habitual decision to continue using an information system for a work task. Normally, when we describe system use, we are looking at a new system and identify which feature has been used by the individual user. In the continued use, we are already in the middle of the operation. That means we are implementing the system for a while, and we look at individual desire to continue still use the system despite the problems or issues encountered, compared to the system use wherein nangapa pa si user or dira pa nag-start si user on using the system. But later, for example, a month or a week after the system use, we will now move into continued system use, where we ask if it's worth it to use the information system. Ano siya ang continued system use. We are now questioning if the new system is still useful to us or good sa ato compared to the system use where we first encounter the system and identify features that will support our task. No? So, complicated ng individual. Anyway, di kay siya, ang pinakadali lang, pag may tag system use, nangita patag feature na pwede gamiton to support our task. Our continued system use, we are already using the support of the IS. We are now thinking pwede, gamiton pa gid nako ni siya forever, or do I need to suggest some changes to the existing system na among gigamit? So another term at the organizational level, operation na part sa life cycle is infusion. Maka problema pud ta ani kay nay infusion, assimilation, and adaptation. Di ba? Mura na nga buang. Anyway, mabasa naman nimo ang definition ani later in exam, pero para masabtan gamay, puro ni siya organization atong unahon kaning system infusion and system assimilation, no? Kay ang system infusion matong the use of an IS feature in a complete and sophisticated way, para dali siya atong i-compare with assimilation, the diffusion and routinization of the use of IS across organizational projects or work processes and within the activities of those people and process. So infusion and assimilation pertains to the operation of an information system at the organizational level, meaning we are looking at the organization as a whole. And if you're looking at various features that will support organizational function, we are talking about infusion, no? Kaning mga unsa pa ang naa sa system na maka-offer sa atong organizational function, no? So for example, if naapa ba na siya, kung HR management ba na siya, mo-compute ba na siya leave automatic, naapa ba siya kanang mag-store gyapon og mga old employees, or naa ba na siya feature on unsa pa may laing feature sa HR, naa ba na siya feature on reassigning various department after assigning one department na by process niya in ana. So we're talking about infusion. Unsa pa ang laing functions of a system that can support my task after knowing nga mao na ang features sa system. Sa system assimilation, this is the moment wherein we try to determine which part of the organization na ang gagamit, no? Kaya ang diri sa infusion kay nagtan-aw lang man ta sa mga feature and the various use of the functionality of the system or features. There is a assimilation, we're looking at how spread, no? How diffusion, how which department is actually using the system. Kaya it might be nga ang implementation, for example, of an information system is not the entire organization. There are implementation that will start from one department and later i-anam-anam na to og butang sa other part of the organization or part of the office. For example, na implementation nga, nag-start lang sila sa accounting, wala pa labot ang HR, no? O nag-start pa sila sa HR, wala pa labot ang ilang marketing, no? So inana nga type, no? So kana siya nga mga when we look at how the process of using the system within the org as spread, we are talking about assimilation compared to balikan na to infusion, wherein ang organization or ang department mag-determine lang what features has been used or support various tasks. Dira sa assimilation, which department is now actually using, tanan ba nakagamit na, no? Then ay system adaptation, which pertains to individual niya while using the system. The structuring of technologies in use through the process with which users manipulate and reshape their technologies to accomplish the task. So ang adaptation, these are now individual users. Normally, adaptation can be equivalent to workarounds, wherein the user now starts to look at some advanced features or some other uses of the functionality supported by an information system. A classic example na ko ani is before Facebook has been used to message or connect with people for bonding or for binding. As later, many advanced users of the system realized that it can use to support a business operation, especially connecting with customers or posting products. So this type of usage of an individual from the original intention is called a system adaptation. Another negative part of the system's adaptation is wherein the user will now use another software to support my task within the system because the existing system cannot fully support the task na iyang kinahanglan. So diri na manggawas ang mga kanang dili maayo nga usage. It's because dili supported by the system, or I will use the an existing feature of the system in another purpose because pwede man na siya magamit. Dili na siya sa system adaptation. As I've said, another way of looking at the negative adaptation of the system is the workarounds. No, kanang mangita tag workarounds kay naay system pero pwede na kog dili siya gamiton for in another way because of various reasons. No, uncommon workarounds has a connotation, has a negative connotation. So a next nga phenomenon, which is not always common because it's given already, which can be classified as or can use to describe individual or organization, is routinization. No, the development of specific, repeated, often habitual, sometimes automatic, goal-oriented task sequence performed by a single employee or organizational core. Once you have regularly used the system, this is now the time that you will establish sometimes or change your operations manual in the organization. So once you've established a routine, pwede na ninyo revise ang inyong manual of operation. This is a common practice. For example, if we establish a certain process in the org, tapos a new system na gi-introduce di ay dili pa kaayo stable ang processes. But once you've established on the usage of it, most of the time organization will some people will submit some changes to the organization because they already established a routine which is not aligned with the standard process suggested during the introduction of the information system. Because some users are adopting a new process and realize some lacking features or reuse of an existing features of a system. So naanakaroon siya sa process sa routinization. No, mag-establish na ta og new process, it's because we are very familiar with the system and we can sometimes create workarounds so that the system will work. Mga purpose sa routinization. And after the operation, once normal ni siya sa software sa computer, kay we call this na apoy life ang software. Ang life sa software o mo retire po ang software, mag-end po ang life sa software. There are software na dili na supported sa new system o operating systems. For example, ang old na operating systems wala na i-support karon, for example sa Microsoft. So example, during my undergrad, Windows 95. Kung nakay Windows 95 karon, it's not supported na. So that's the time na nag-retire, nagidugay na ang system. So before it will retire, sometimes napatay ibutang nga maintenance kay nagkadaan na siya. Madala pa og gamit pero naay mga systems maintenance. So munatay maintenance. It doesn't mean nga pahuman na siya, pero these are systems problems usahay nga kailangan i-correct or need to adapt to a new systems or updates based sa software or hardware available para at least magamit yapon ang isa ka system. Then by the time na mag-retire na and mag-change na nyo, kaya there are systems na dili pwede walaon, there's a continuation natin gitawag og system switching. This area is we classify this as retirement at the individual. So at the individual level, if we are not forced by the organization to use an IaaS, sometimes we call this switching at the individual, meaning nag-change na ka og system. Maybe, although ang common sa individual na ito kay parallel use man, that means we are using various systems at different levels. Meaning dungan ang social media, for example, we have Instagram, Facebook, ano pa ba? TikTok, for example. So you have that, that if you want to decide to change, for example, ang pinaka-classic example diyan ni ang Friendster to Facebook. So mo na siya ang switching phenomenon, nag-ilis ka. Pero sa individual level, dili kay ni siya dili common nga mag-switch ko except kung organizational oriented ang system. But common for us will start with kanang at the same time na siya present at the same time, we shift lang dayon later na, no, na ay parallel processing, meaning parallel system nga nag-work before it will result to total retirement. Then, naay two perspective on discontinuance at the individual and organizational level, meaning ni-retire ng system na humana, we both of them, we call them system discontinuance. Actually, the author of this paper emphasizes that there is an individual perspective on system discontinuance, or the end of the use of a certain system. So if the organization decides to stop the use of an IS in support of organizational operations, we call this system discontinuance at the organizational level. And if also the individual users decide to stop using an IS in support of their task, we call this system discontinuance gapon at the individual level. Before this writing, we called everything as system discontinuance. It might be at the organizational individual, puro sila discontinuance. But this author pushed for the idea that we might need to think of another term for individual discontinuance, although kana raman yung argument and that's why nag-add na siya diana. Pero definitely, we are talking about how the system will retire in the organization. Kaya nganong concern punta on how to retire ang isa ka system? It's because we have data in the old system that might not be transferable to the old system, and when will be until when will should be stored the data in the old system. In reality, for finance or bank related transactions or pangwarta, we started with COBOL programming or COBOL programs before. And before the transition for the new type of systems as of now, many bank financial systems were actually looking at COBOL programmer. It's because that's the old system, because they want the old system to be totally transferred to the new system now. Inana. So, may mga mabilin na legacy systems na pwede pa i-troubleshoot or i-use or double checking on if it can be transferred to the new system. So, may mga challenge ana because of the new technology. So, sometimes, although the organization decide to discontinue the use of system from the user perspective, it might be that there are cases na mag-remain gyapon ang isa ka system pero dili lang siya regular na ginagamit, but it might be used as an archive type of system wherein i-open lang siya when there is a critical data needed to look at the old systems. No, so kana siya. And there are a few studies on how the system were actually retired, and we call this how software dies, no? Kano saan namatay si software o giunsa pagkamatay ni software at the individual or organizational level, di ba? Pero lingaw ni siya because most of the literature will talk about how the information system has been introduced to the organization, but there is also an opposite phenomenon wherein we investigate how the life of a software ends in the organization. No, kaya man na siya mukalit lag kawala, na pa man ginay mabilin-bilin. So there are processes or descriptions also on how a certain system actually leave the organization and how the organization switched to the new system na ilang gigamit. Okay, kana ra gyud ay siya. Lastly, reminder lang para sa inyong use of IS. Once employment kanion gamit once na anay IS nag-introduce, for example, for adoption na stage, we normally identify or provide user access to certain system. Mo na siyang mga arrangements sa prior. I would suggest that your HR will also define unsa ang activities in relation to system once a new employee has been hired in the organization. How to example user, then your standard or your guidelines on the use of software or your users. Then what are also the system that must be set up during the employment, the access to certain information system of the organization during the employment. And lastly, what should be the process so that the control of the employee who has been part of the organization will also be eliminated. When will be the time of the termination of the account of the people connected before in the organization pag terminate na niya? These are important areas na kinahanglan siya i-define within the sa management na level, kay sometimes ang access of the organization is until the paper only because that's the old practice. Naalang siya sa paper, but the HR sometimes forgot to terminate some of the access of that particular person even if he or she is not connected to the organization. Kay like second thought lang na siya nga part. Although sometimes the system will provide it, meaning part na siya sa function sa HR, which areas na murag i-delete na siya nga employee, although di magin na siya i-delete, sa maybe i-hide na siya kay for employment purposes later, kinahanglan na nag-record sa employee. Pero we are talking about access to information system. So dapat, pag wala na ang employee sa company, tanggalon gid po siya dapat no sa system. Or you might give him or her time to example i-retrieve tanan yung email from the organization kay di na niya use after a month of his or her termination sa company. No, these are some of the policies of the organization na sometimes ignore, especially sa government when there are systems maulahi og respond ang accessibility ang kanang policies on access by previous employees kanang wala na, which is part sa checking dapat sa management or employees, no, asa kanang sa management level or supervisor na part. Again, what we have talked, we're talking about how various IS has been operating at the individual or organizational level during adoption, operation, and retirement. Question. Kaya murag ano na siya, nakatulog na sila, murag ako na nga G. My concerns, and we have 1 or 2 questions in the final exam. This belongs to the short answer part kaning lecture. Silent means yes. Okay lang? So, ready na mo take sa exam. Ready na mo take sa exam. Uy, kay open notes rabaya, di ba? And bahala na lang si Batman later sa mga description na inyong gamiton. Anyway, maka-check man mo sa definition. What I want to measure is your analytical understanding of maybe topic or concept na ipa-explain, no? Ana ra gyud siya, dili ni siya kay pa-memorize, dili siya. Your analytical understanding ni siya of the topic or the application in the organization. Kay example kanino si sense ani unsay sense, maybe for awareness lang ano yung mga ingon-ana nga parts sa organization and what are the critical points na dapat i-consider ninyo. Example katong employment related to siya sa adoption, operation, and retirement. In reality, ang major concern lang yun ato kay retirement. Kaya unsaon pagbalhin sa mga accounts and access and what privileges nga ihatag sa employee after sa iyang retirement in relation to accessing the system of the org. Kay example lang, IT weird gani kay malimtan pag-delete ang mga email, although di man na automatic mawala. If you are a student, na dapat time in IIT based on our talk with ICTC, the policy of IIT is that email must be supported up to 3 years after graduation. Although we are still thinking this of the limitation of the day space, but in our initial conversation, my suggestion was 3 years because higher education institution needs to monitor students up to 3 years, meaning what happened to them after they graduated, nakatabang ba ang ilang kurso para makatrabaho, nakatabang ba ang school para sa ilang trabaho, ingon ana. So natay gitawag og program educational objectives. We need to check whether those target of the program nga mag-create siya mga leaders, for example, future leaders inana, i-check to siya. So one way to go back to the alumni is to give them support for email until kanus aka pwede maka-realize nga okay na sila based on your objective no, sa college. Inanang idea. Although many organization kay up to 1 year, 1 month lang ang ilang pag-use sa extension sa email, wala na dayo. And that's why we need a personal email. Kaya kana as simple nga retirement of data in the organization is concern gyapon nato as part sa policy dapat sa organization. Okay? Ready naman siguro mo take sa exam, no? Walay choice. Walay choice. No, but anyway, last announcement. So as of now, pwede sa 13 ang exam. Pwede po siya sa 15. Then worst case, kung wala gid mo, di gid mo pwede, so natay 16, 17, although ay 16, 17, these are year-end assessments sa IIT, so na ako'y meeting ani. Pero as I've said, if you inform me early, I can always assign a faculty nga pwede mag-proctor sa inyo ha. Then, party sa IIT by 18, 20 is the last schedule of the exam. If you're gonna take on that date, so we need to negotiate or contact me directly para at least makatake ka asa dira. Anyway, I will be here in IIT until 23, then I might be on duty by 26 and 29 man gihapon. So naagya pong kay time, pero much better nga mo take sa 13 or 15 so that if na a problem, at least ma-raise pa na ako before the vacation. Okay, let me check let me stop the recording na. And for a while ha, kaya akong i-verify ang inyong attendance. I stop recording.